We have people from Mydin, because Datin Mira is here, I'm sure our suppliers are here. Thank you everybody for coming, members of the media, as well as all participants. YB Minister and Honourable guests. First of all, I would like to welcome YB Minister to our outlet in Mydin, Selamat to Negeri Sembilan. For the information of YB Minister and guests here today, Mydin also have another branch in Negeri Sembilan located in Senawang, not too far away. But first, about our YB. I think many of us saw the interview of YB on AWANI. Very well articulated. Not blaming anybody. That is true leadership. You don't go in, start blaming everybody, start pointing fingers, then nobody wants to work with you. When you start with bad vibes, then the country cannot work. So salute to you, YB. I saw your interview. I hear good things. Good things means good thing for our country, good thing for Malaysia. Boleh bagi kita tepukan. I did, of course, would like to take this opportunity to express our appreciation to follow Gobuilders Netsoft Sdn for the invitation to become the strategic business partner to the national first intelligent logistic cold chain platform. We have always been encouraged for such collaboration and quick matches with the government's aspiration to encourage businesses transiting towards digitalization. This collaboration at the same time ensures, of course, a more efficient, convenient delivery process while reducing the error that becomes a common issue in the delivery process. Mydin, of course, operates 61 outlets nationwide, and we essentially look into efficient, fast and stable technology adaptation for the timely delivery arrangement of frozen and chilled items to be delivered safely while maintaining quality assurances at top of it all. I think the most important thing is that I think finally we have found a solution to the last mile, because we've been business for a very long time. The butterfly means good luck, flying around here right in front of us, right? So I think the main thing here is we are fine, and of course, for YB information, Mydin has been very supportive. Because for the smaller players, the bigger players, they got their own cold chain, they manage well. But the smaller operators, the IKS, the PKS, right, who have difficulty delivering 3 cartons, 5 cartons, because of course the business is also not so big, you know. So how can they start delivering? Because you know logistic cost of delivering, and some more cold chain, because frozen karipap, frozen paratha, all these are real challenges for the smaller players. So I think this is the solution which will actually encourage a lot of smaller players to go into the business, and also will encourage us to be able to deal with more smaller players. Because last time it just doesn't work out. The numbers just don't work out. For YB information, again, YB was before also Minister of Transport before. I think you are aware. And I was talking to Ivan this morning. The cost of logistics from West Malaysia to East Malaysia is prohibitive. Our policy of trying to protect maybe our local players is good, but it's costing the country very heavily. Sometimes in this world, if we can't be competitive, then let it go. will take an example of the egg situation. I think YB is aware, well, in the media everywhere, there's definitely a cartel going around, but they have their story to tell. The cost of production, and they're getting a subsidy of 10 cents, but still, availability is not there, but goods are being exported. I'm not saying to stop the export, because we have to do something. Then the government has to make a decision. One decision was, of course, to allow import of eggs. Originally, the importation was expensive because the government didn't remove the sale tax. But after telling the minister, and of course the finance minister, that we have to remove the tax to be more competitive. Now, actually, the Indian eggs being imported are cheaper than the Malaysian grade C eggs, which are comparable inside. So now we have solved one problem, which is the availability problem and the right pricing. So hopefully with this, then the local players will have to figure out how to be more competitive. Because if somebody else can do it, we should be able to do it. I think in this world of open borders, we don't have much choice here. So I hope YB can look into this so that we have outlet in Sabah, Sarawak, where unfortunately everything is more expensive compared to West Malaysia. Not expensive 2-3%, sometimes 15%, sometimes 20%. For frozen items, we can even go up to 25% more expensive. And we also know that their per capita income is lower, but they have to pay higher. So I hope maybe not part of this global thing, but I thought take the opportunity to tell YB that these are the challenges in the industry. I'm sure you're aware because you were the Minister of Transport before, but the problem is still not solved. But I think the more important today is that this is something that is new. I'm surprised somebody has not picked up this before. So we have to thank Carlo and Ivan and his co-founder who is here, has initiated this. And I want to thank again for choosing my day. The local player, the local player, I'm sure you could have chosen the bigger MNC. Tapi kalau kita tak tolong orang kita, tapi siapa lagi nak tolong? Because charity always begins at home. But be competitive. I'm not saying to have a closed loop. Please work with everybody because that will make us more competitive. That will make you more competitive. I think this is very important. So here in my day, I just want to thank everybody and thank again YB for taking the time. And one of the, maybe I don't know what to say, one of maybe the only minister who can't before time that I had to run from upstairs to downstairs because I was told the minister is already on the way. And my apologies for not being keen to receive you, but I know I've heard enough of YB. He doesn't look at protocol, he just wants to get work done. So let's all follow that leadership, let's get work done for the benefit of our beloved country. Thank you and Assalamualaikum.
Thank you so much once again to Yang Berbahagia Dato' Wira Dr. Haji Amir Ali Mydin. I really like the part where you have mentioned if they can do it, I can do it as well. And that applies to everyone. If every one of us, we think it's impossible, it's always impossible. But actually, I am possible. Ladies and gentlemen, please give Dr. Wira a big round of applause once again. Ivan went up on stage for his opening speech.
Hi, morning everyone. Good morning to Yang Berhormat Menteri Tersebut, Ministry of Transport. Morning to Yang Berbahagia Dato' Wira Dr. Haji Amir Ali Mydin. Very good speech just now, Dato' Wira. I mean, let me explain about Golok name first. So Golok, because we used to be easier name, so actually the full name called Go Logistics. So let me touch a bit about Golok before we go further to the Mydin collaboration. So Golok been starting since 5 years ago, on the year of 2017 September. So I still remember, I think for those who witnessed us since day one until today, I say MDEC, Cradle, also been looking at us and supporting us for these past 5 years and see how we grow from a platform starting with not so good in cold chain until we are pro in cold chain, and also the support of our stakeholders and shareholders from Kami Food, the guidance. So until today, we are dare to say we are the first intelligent cold chain logistic platforms in Malaysia. So why the collaboration about Mydin and Golok happens is because first thing we can see that Mydin is one of the most widely well-known hypermarkets, grocer among in Malaysia, especially for halal markets and Bumi Putra Malay communities. So for Golok collaboration on this, we want to provide, what we want to do is we want to provide a great environment, cheaper cost, easy access, and more varieties of goods for the consumers. But how to make it happen is about the logistic efficiency, it's about the logistic infrastructures. So regarding this collaboration, it happens the data comes out through this COVID-19 pandemic, which is the time there is everything is locked down during this COVID-19. So we only can do B2C, and we generate a lot of new data is how the consumer knows about frozen foods, know about frozen products quality, and they know that nowadays the frozen product qualities can actually save competitive with the fresh products and much more cheaper price. So there's one of the good things, or we can say the only good things that happens is the knowledge that is given to the consumer markets, that they know that one day these frozen products or frozen foods will be replaced or will be from a necessity to become from an alternative to become a necessities in the future or coming these 5 years. Coming these 5 years. So during this COVID-19, Golok successfully generated about 5,000 orders a day for B2C. That's why how we know that when the markets reopen, there will be a big flow of data back to this B2B. If back to B2B, and definitely our target market, which is we need to help the suppliers to do delivery, to help them to support on the delivery to the hypermarkets, because there will be about 80% of the data of the consumer previously preferred to online. If you go back to the B2B segments. So in additional, what will be happen if these things back to B2B, which is what we can see that the current problem happen is the loose carton issues, which is the smaller purchase orders issued to the suppliers, they are not able to send to the hypermarkets. So B2B Pro come out to solve these market issues, which is being able to consolidate most of these frozen products from the suppliers to access the hypermarkets such as Mydin. And from here, we're able to help business owners or suppliers to expand the business together with Mydin. There is about 60 plus outlets in Malaysia for Mydin Mall and Mydin supermarkets and hypermarkets, which is the supplier eager to access the business. It's not just about the existing suppliers, it's also helping the new suppliers, which is besides of income that we can generate from Mydin. We also provide a brand new data. We generate a brand new data come from the new suppliers or new business owners, which is they only started with loose carton, but with Golok B2B Pro, now they can access to the hypermarkets with loose carton purchase. So this is how it works. Besides of the system, also we proudly announced that we have these infrastructures together as well, combination of these technologies. Golok core tech values, which is the technology co-hubs, which is in Baharu, Melaka, Seremban, Klang, Ipoh, Taipei, Bukit Netajam, and Kuala Terengganu, which is all these mini co-hubs not just providing delivery, instead of also providing storage and fulfillment for loose carton suppliers. Like I said, because nowadays it's a loose carton era, not much suppliers able to commit 20 pallets at the warehouse or 30 pallets or more in a cold room warehouse. Maybe they just able to commit 2 pallets or 3 pallets for one shot. So they can store into our infrastructures, which is our co-hubs, to lower down the long-haul cost and increase the efficiency to deliver to the hypermarkets for Mydin. And from here, we're able to help both sides in a balance. Mydin can get more suppliers, more data, and through this collaboration of B2B Pro, Mydin able to generate new income. Instead of, in the other way, for the supplier itself, they're able to expand their business with lower cost and generate higher income. So as well as for the smart truck system, also play very important role, and how the delivery works. For smart truck, actually we are the system that let the traditional cold chain logistic company, or we call it vendors, to register with us, a bit similar with the e-hailing concept, which is they're able to register into our system and accept the jobs. This is actually solving the numbers of trucks on the road and the wastage, what you call wastage, which is the unused space and empty truck. This is one of the systems that go for Go Green program, and also able to help the Ministry of Transport generate new data about the coal trucks, numbers of coal trucks and new routes in Malaysia, that we're able to help on safety, green environment, and reduce the wasting of cost. Because truck normally, we can see that coal truck, one trip up, then the empty truck come back. Through GoLog Smart Truck is a shopping system like Shopee for them to shop coal delivery jobs to deliver to Mydin. So they will know how many cartons, how much they earn, from where to where, pick up direct from their place or GoLog co-hubs to deliver to which Mydin mall. Last but not least, I would like to use this opportunity to mention that in order to make these things work, GoLog also highly collaborate with MDEC, which is Malaysia Digital Economic Corporate, to educate the market for suppliers and vendors how to digitalize their businesses. Because the barrier of entry for Malaysia to enter Industry 4.0, to go into most further digitalizations, is the education part. Because we understand we come from, majority come from traditional business, and yes, for cold chain, we call it a niche market and very old-timer market. But we can call it, this is a blue ocean right now, which is in this 5 years time, definitely everyone can see how it goes, how it grows. Because everyone needs foods, everyone needs to eat, everyone look for better products and quality products to consume. So this is what we're able to see, that education, we can go it smooth and well. There will be high numbers of wave of new participants in cold chain products and cold chain logistic industries. Also, I would like to use this opportunity to pay my gratitude to some of the players, which is my co-founders, Mr. Tan, my CTO, which is he built the systems. Without him, there will be no B2B Pro and Smart Truck, and also our advisors, which is come from a well-known cold chain, frozen market industry, which is Mr. Daniel Yong from Kami Food, which is giving us a very good guidelines how to build this system direction. And also, could not miss out that Cradle Funds, which is since invested in GoLog year 2019, and play very important role on our growth. And also cannot miss out that MDV, Malaysia Debt Venture, which is support GoLog during the MCO pandemic time, which is we having a challenge on helping the Cameron Islands farmers to access their plantations to the consumers. And also cannot miss out my partners, my crew members, and also my GoLog co-hubs partners from different states. Also, thanks again, and I really appreciate Datuk for giving us Golok an opportunity to kickstart with one of the biggest halal hypermarkets, to let all the nationwide people, consumers and business owners to know about us, know about the collaboration, and it's a wake-up call for the cold chain industries and frozen markets. And also, might highly appreciate for YB to come over to witness us, and also we hopefully that we're able to do something back to the country, especially on the transportation side, because we are holding the big data of the transport in coal trucks. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Please give a big round of applause to founder and CEO of Gobuilders, Yang berusaha Ivan Chin Berhad. That of course, with that, all of us, I believe all of us will understand more about Golang B2B Pro system that is easy to use, and we get to increase our database and at the end increase our revenue as well. Ladies and gentlemen, please give Mr. Ivan a big round of applause once again. Thank you. Last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, we would like to invite Yang Berhad Tuan Anthony Loke Minister of Transport, to deliver his welcome speech. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, please give a big round of applause to Yang Berhad Tuan Anthony. Thank you.
Terima kasih kepada Ketua Majlis yang berbahagia, Datuk Wira Dr. Haji Amir Mydin, Managing Director of Mydin, yang berusaha Mr. Ivan Chin Berhad, Founder and CEO of Golok, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, members of the media, very good morning to all of you. Salam perpaduan. I'm pleased to be here with you on this momentous occasion of the signing of the Memorandum of Understanding between Golok, Malaysia's first intelligent cold chain logistics platform, and Mydin Mohamed Holdings Berhad, Malaysia's largest homegrown halal hypermarket and retail chain. It is my understanding that post-COVID-19 lockdown, there has been a surge in demand for frozen foods, and the role of cold chain logistics in bridging the upstream and downstream industry for the delivery of quality foods to customers is significant. Farmers in Cameron Highlands and fishermen in Hutan Melintang no longer need to worry about an abundance of produce, as food processing plants will have a stable supply of raw materials, while wholesalers and retailers will enjoy a steady flow of foodstuff, and buyers in Seremban will be able to enjoy fresh food at reasonable prices. Achieving such a healthy ecosystem is no small feat, as the logistic industry is replete with challenges, especially when dealing with temperature-sensitive goods and products. Cost, volumetric measurements, quick routes, and route safety are just some of the aspects that logistic players, wholesalers, business owners have to keep in mind. However, the Industrial Revolution 4.0 and digitalization have improved cold storage logistics. The data generated from lorries and routes, thanks to the latest technology introduced by Golok, can provide useful insights to reduce logistic costs, improve productivity, and lower accidents. Moreover, the general public can benefit from food security and a more sustainable environment. In line with the Transport Ministry's aspiration of pursuing digitalization, the data will help us to better understand the needs and requirements of the logistic industry and to formulate adequate and proper policies to support the ecosystem to create a win-win solution for all. I applaud Golok and Mydin for their joint efforts in propelling traditional frozen food suppliers and logistical players into the new era of digital economy. I commend Golok's unique system and sharing concept, what has opened up opportunities for traditional cold chain logistic players to embrace digitalization, generating job opportunities and educating industry players. Furthermore, Mydin has always been at the forefront of cooperating with the government in providing affordable necessities foods and goods to the rakyat. Through offering special discounts and promotions, Mydin helps to alleviate the burden of the people, and I hope more grocery chain stores can join Mydin in aiding the government for the benefit of all. The welfare of the people is of utmost importance to us, and with an efficient logistics system, we can stabilize the cost of living, create a greener environment, and spur the economy to the benefit of both the business community and the rakyat. Now, why I'm here today, first of all, is of course to support our local companies, to support our logistic players, but in particular, it's about, I know Loke. About 2 years ago, after my first tenure of Minister of Transport, which I lost the job midway, then I have nothing much to do. I always look at the papers, reading stuff which is related to the logistic industries and transportation. I remember that was about end of 2020. I read an article at the Age Weekly, and I read about this company Loke. Was featured in the Age as one of the most promising companies in digitalization, which I was impressed after reading the article. And I know the challenges faced by a lot of farmers, a lot of small suppliers, especially during the lockdown, first lockdown, when you know that in the first lockdown, a lot of farmers in Cameron Islands lost a lot of revenue because they cannot transport their vegetables, and a lot of vegetables were just thrown away in the first 1 or 2 weeks. Then the local assemblyman there, which is from my party, contacted many of us to support the farmers, and I was one of the first one to support the farmers by buying trucks of vegetables to be distributed to my constituents free of charge. Because at the time, a lot of people cannot come out to buy fresh vegetables. We just ask our volunteers to go to housing estates to distribute. Do you know how much it costs then? For sawi, 1 ringgit per kg, 1,000 1 ton. So food trucks of vegetables, just 3,000 ringgit, and then I can almost give to everyone in the taman perumahan. So of course I know that problem of logistics is very important, and I read about this article about Loke, and then I asked my former staff to say, do you know this company? They said, no, I can try to reach out, email them. Then found Ivan, and I said, let's meet up. I want to understand a little more. I'm not sure whether he wants to meet me then, because I was the former minister, out of power, nobody already. If a minister now call anybody, sure wants to meet up. But at the time I was a former minister, I'm not sure, so I did not call myself. I asked my staff, can you please help to call this guy? I want to know how it works. So he said, yes, can meet up. Where to meet up? He said, can meet up in Seremban. Usually people don't meet up in Seremban. I said, this guy I went from Seremban, or fellow Seremban boy. So that's why we met in Seremban, and definitely I'm proud. Local guy, local Seremban company can go big. I really am proud. And why I believe that cold chain logistics is something going to be big for Malaysia. Because for the simple reason, we are not just a consumer society. We actually also produce a lot of our food. Vegetables, flowers. We have a lot of seafood, not only in West Malaysia, also in Sabah, Sarawak. And what made me think that we can go big on this sector is that during my last tenure, one of my trips to Singapore, I went to see the Changi cold chain logistic hub at Changi Airport, owned by SATS, SATS. You know, Singapore is not a producing country. Everything they trade there, they become a hub, but they produce nothing. They are just a hub of everything. Because that cold chain logistic hub in Changi is the regional hub for flowers, for pharmaceutical products, for many, many other products. I was told that flowers from Cameron Highlands were exported to the rest of the world, not from KLIA, but from Changi. Why is it so? Why is it so that what we produce are not exported from our country, but from Changi? It's because we do not have the proper infrastructure of cold chain in place. We do not have the hub, we do not have the cold chain facilities, proper and big cold chain facilities, we don't have the network, we do not have connectivity, and the first mile and last mile as mentioned by the tourist. And these are the things that opportunities are plenty for our local players to grow. So then we think that we should go big, we should encourage cold chain facilities, you know, among the airlines, among the local companies. And I went to Sabah and Sarawak, you know, in Sabah. You know that Sabah is a seafood producing state. So many seafoods from Sabah exported to Hong Kong and China. But as you know, when we export, but not directly to the consumer, but to the traders or to the middlemen, the prices that they got is not that high. People who really make those money are the supplier in Hong Kong or in China, the exporters or the middlemen in Hong Kong. Because they got the seafood from Sabah, go to Hong Kong, they provide the last mile delivery to the consumer in China. And they make all the money there. They make probably more than the fishermen. This is where I think the opportunities are for us. For example, in Semenanjung, I asked Dato' just now, do you sell any fresh seafood from Sabah? Dato' said no. Why? Because logistics is a problem. Yes, it is a problem. And we acknowledge that it's a problem. For example, seafood from Sabah, from Sandakan in particular, Tawa or Sandakan. You can fly those seafood by our local airlines company from Sandakan to KL. But the moment you reach KL, how do you ensure a proper delivery from KLIA to the respective hypermarkets or to the end consumers? In Seremban, in Malacca, in Ipoh, in Penang, and so forth. And that's where companies like Loke can provide the solutions. And I'm sure this is what is it all about the collaboration today. To connect B2B, and more importantly, to connect business to the end customer, to provide that solution. And this is where digitalization comes in. Digitalization should help us to solve our problem of our life, of our economy. And I hope and that must continue to go big, continue to encourage our local companies and our local entrepreneurs to keep on thinking out of the box of how to provide solutions to the problems that we face. Why is it? Because our cost of living are high? We cannot supply enough food or enough goods to our people? Everything is about logistics and supply chain. If we solve this, then we can reduce the cost of logistics, reduce the cost of transportation. I'm pretty sure it will help in terms of reducing the cost of living for people. And definitely it's good for businesses, for retail. These are all opportunities. That's why I hope that digitalization is a way forward to help to solve our problem. And I am a strong believer in digital economy, because everything is digital right now. If we can tap into the opportunities of digitalization, it will create many, many other opportunities for traditional sectors and businesses. So therefore, I hope that companies can continue to work together, and a company like Loke can provide a lot of solutions to traditional sectors and traditional businesses, linking them with retail, big retail chain like Mydin, and at the end of the day, most importantly, is to benefit the rakyat by reducing the cost of living. On the issues of Sabah Sarawak, as mentioned by Turut, yes, we are fully aware. Sabah Sarawak, the cost of goods sold there is much more expensive than Semenanjung, and it is, you know, the cost is much higher, the prices are higher, and not only the cost is higher, but sometimes you have no supply in Sabah. When I went to Sabah many months ago, my local colleagues told me, during the lockdown, they said, sometimes they are run out of Maggi mee. They are run out of instant noodles, coffee, Milo. Because all these products, all these food stuff are not produced in Sabah. They do not have that many factories there. Most of it are produced here, manufactured here, and they have to be transported to Sabah by ship. At the height of pandemic, many of the shipping companies are focusing on the more lucrative sectors. Therefore, push up the prices of container to Sabah and Sarawak. So, and thus it push up the prices. And more importantly, the supply is out of order. But these are going back to normal right now. Going back to normalcy right now. Because gone are the days that, you know, everyone was chasing for containers, transportation. Of course, that is the period of lockdown, and that resulted why you heard that shipping companies giving out 15 months bonuses to their staff. That was last year. This year, I think the rate will come down a bit, it will become more normalized. And as far as Sabah and Sarawak, we have this exemption of cabotage policy is in place. We hope that the rate for transportation between Semenanjung and Sabah Sarawak will continue to be normalized, and it will back to prices which is more affordable. So these are the things that, as far as the Ministry of Transport is concerned, we will continue to give attention, and definitely it's important that we gain insights, feedback, and data from the private sectors. I'm sure that companies like Loke can continue to collaborate with MDEC, hopefully MDEC can also advise MOT, especially our logistics division, on how that we can tap into more data and to come up with better policies. So these are the things that we have to connect each other. Because every ministry, every sector, every department, they sometimes think of their own jurisdiction. But how do we connect everyone? How to use digitalization to connect everyone and to propel our economy? This is something that I hope all organizations and companies, private sector and government can work together for a better country. So with that, I hope that this collaboration between Loke and Mydin will go well, and hopefully this will have more collaboration in the future, and I hope more companies will tap into the digital economy. Thank you very much. Salam perpaduan. Sekian, terima kasih.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, please give a big round of applause to our guests and for our Antara. Now, ladies and gentlemen, in the meantime, we will now begin the MoU signing ceremony. Please, once again, please give a big round of applause to Managing Director of Mydin, Yang Berbahagia Dato' Dr. Haji Amir Ali Mydin, and Founder and CEO of Gobuilders Yang Berusaha Ivan Chin Berhad. Now, ladies and gentlemen, before we sign, may we have collaboration for today. And so first of all, of course, it is always income for the B2B Pro delivery, and the second core value goes to Go Green by using GoLog Smart Truck system, and lastly, the market penetration data for all of us to increase the data analysis as well as revenue at the end of the day. Now, may we have all three of our VIP to please hold on to the MoU and take a group photo as well. Alright, please look to the front in 3, 2, 1, and to your left, 3, 2, 1, and to your right, 3, 2, 1. Now, ladies and gentlemen, here, please give a big round of applause to the both representatives in this collaboration as well. Now, whenever all three of our VIP is ready, may we now proceed to sign on the gold plaque as well. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, once again, please give a big round of applause to three of our VIP today for the collaboration on the cold chain logistic technology. So with that, not only we get to use the Gobuilders B2B Pro system wonderfully, easily, as well as in order to increase the income and data as well. So once again, please give a big round of applause to three of our VIP, and may we take another group photo by holding the gold flag. Now, at the same time, ladies and gentlemen, as we all believe, Gobuilders, they do have a gift that we'd like to give to our guest of honor, Yang Berhad, Yang Berhad, Tuan Anthony Loke. And at the same time, Gobuilders would like to give another gift to Mydin as well. But of course, before that, it is always important to take a nice photo in order to mark down this wonderful, memorable day. Now, may we have, right? We will have another photo. That's right. And ladies and gentlemen, this is a gift from Gobuilders to Mydin, Managing Director of Mydin Yang Berbahagia Dr. Haji Amir Ali Adin. Now, at the same time, Mydin do have a gift to our guest of honor. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a big applause. May we get the author of the book to come on stage? Dadi Mira? Ladies and gentlemen, once again, the author of the book goes to Dati Mira Siti Hawa, the Executive Director of Mydin. And we would like to present the book to Gobuilders as well. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a big round of applause to all of our VIP as well as the author of the book. Thank you. And maybe now, we will now proceed to the press conference. And once again, we'd like to have our guest of honor and two of our VIP on stage. Down there? Okay. Well, may we have someone to pass the mic to our VIP as well? Thank you. Alright, now ladies and gentlemen, we will now proceed to the press conference session. So, if there's any one of you who have any questions that you would like to ask regarding this collaboration, now it is your time to ask any question as you want. So, while we are setting up, is there anyone who would like to ask any questions to our guest of honor or founder and CEO of Gobuilders as well as from Mydin as well? Anyone would like to ask any questions?